Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Wherever in the world you are tuning into the Esports World Cup Central broadcast from. This is the recap portion of the EWC. 8 weeks of tournaments, 22 competitions, 21 games, and over $60 million in prize pool. We have wrapped up the first 4 weeks as quickly as we can, and now we're going to turn our attention to weeks 5 through 8. I have decided to change all of the guests on my show, and as we're going to be looking at the back half, we will be welcoming once again Gibbs from Rocket League, and I have some very special members from the beta squad joining us, Sharky and AJ.
What's up?
Hi.
What's happening?
What is up? Okay, now listen.
Yes.
We had a bit of a chat. I have to be honest. I don't really know what the beta squad is.
Okay, fine, that's fine.
Can you introduce yourself and explain to sort of the old men so far?
Yeah.
What you guys do?
Yeah, well, we're about to get 2 extra subscribers now.
You need to sell it. You need to sell it.
Cool.
Okay.
This is my moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
to number one.
Beta Squad, okay? We are a group based in London, UK, obviously composed of 5 friends. 2 of us are right here, right now. We make weekly content. At the moment, we're on a little bit of a break, but our content still lives on. We make weekly content, challenges, fun games we play with each other, with the public. We troll, we have fun, we do guessing games. We try and work out who's lying to us and who's not a lot of the time. We're detectives a lot.
Okay.
We're played weekly all the time, and we're really, really good friends, and I think people can see that on camera. And a couple of us like to game, so that's
listen,
also pretty
AJ,
happy.
if you were to rate his performance, did he sell it?
How did I do?
How did you?
You know what? I'm so glad I wasn't asked that question. Because I would have butchered it completely, all right? I would have said it completely different, but I think Sharky smashed it.
Okay, nice. That's
Perfect.
awesome.
What
So,
detectives?
Sharky, AJ, we're going to talk a little bit about the games that are coming up. So in the back half, we'll start with week 5 and 6. Rainbow Six, Honor of Kings, Apex Legends, Street Fighter 6, Fortnite, TFT. These are words that I'm saying. Sharky's shaking his head like, nah, not for me, bro.
Yeah, not really a bit.
You should see me try.
What experience do you have? Like, which games have you actually played, AJ?
Okay, so I do play a lot of games, but I don't actually play like on camera or anything. I kind of just play with my friends and stuff like that. I play Valorant.
So listen, but now hang on. Listen,
Yes.
you can't come to the Esports World Cup, look me dead in the eyes and go, I don't play on stream. Bruh, when are we going to see the stream?
Okay,
what
I
is
tell
this?
him all the time.
What is this?
I tell him all the time.
I should. I know I should.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy playing Valorant with my friends.
Okay.
I play a bunch of Overwatch 2. That's really fun. I've got a lot of hours in that one. I probably should jump off for a bit.
And soon to be Rocket League. I heard you guys were watching.
100 million %.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm a big football content creator. I make stuff in the football space.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me pause you because
I got excited.
we've got EAFC and Rocket League coming up later. So we're going to dive into this, and then I'll flex and I'll tell you which Premier League footballers I got to interact
I'm
with.
excited. I'm
We're
excited.
going to have fun.
I'm
Okay.
excited.
Let's quickly take a deeper dive into what happened in the Rainbow Six tournament.
It's a wrap. For the 3rd time, Rainbow Six has landed in Saudi Arabia, this time for the Esports World Cup. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride as we relive the best moments of the tournament. The action kicked off in the group stage with no major upsets. Team BDS, Team Liquid, and Furia swiftly secured their spots in the playoffs after just 2 games. Meanwhile, the Asian contenders Bleed had to battle through overtime to edge out FaZe Clan for their playoff spot. Space Station Gaming faced a tough start against W7M Esports as the Brazilians sent Fultz and his crew to the lower bracket. But the North Americans rallied with 2 dominant 2-0 wins, making it into the top 8 alongside their South American counterparts.
Space Station Gaming off of the cap play once again.
The final playoff spots were cleared by the resilient FaZe Clan and the dark horse Dark Zero. With 4 Brazilian teams, 2 North American squads, 1 European and 1 Asian team, the gloves came off in the playoffs. Quarterfinals were no different. The South Americans set the pace and made everyone dance to their tune. And since it was Samba time, the only team that could keep up, apart from Liquid, Furia and W7M, were the European representatives, Team BDS. Perseverance and confidence paid off as Lobin triumphed with his squad in the semi-finals, defeating their fellow countrymen in a fashionable 2-0 win. On the other side of the bracket, Felipox and his buddies unfortunately fell short. It was close, but the ticket to the finals and the honour of defending European Rainbow Six went to Team BDS. France 2, Brazil 1.
BDS bear down onto the grand final tomorrow, up against W7M.
As for the grand final, just like we heard in one of the interviews, BDS has already faced W7M Esports before, and oh boy, did they rise to the occasion once again. Unfortunately, the lack of resistance from W7M could only end one way. Clubhouse was dominated by the French with a crushing 7-2 victory. Next, we moved to Consulate. What can we say? Another flawless map played by Sharky and his crew.
Goes to the plant here. They don't have full top control, but that right there, that's a huge pick. They can now go for the plant.
Yeah, use the slot 1 health though in towards Expo. Frag thrown out by League, in fact, and the plant to go down. Still watching the floorboards up above. He's in a good position to find a second kill. And a third one as well. Oh, the young guy gets 4. W7M capitulating.
The final nail in the coffin was driven in on Oregon, where the Brazilians managed to win only one round.
In these rounds, in this grand final, the BDS undefeated throughout this tournament for the 3rd grand final in a row. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0.
In such an unparalleled style, Team BDS defended the honor of European Rainbow Six and clinched victory in Saudi Arabia for the 3rd consecutive time. With this triumph, Team BDS has forever etched their name in history here in Riyadh.
And the top 4 was littered with Brazilian teams. 3 out of the 4, but BDS, European Rainbow Six, is still alive.
Of course you're a BDS fanboy.
Of course. They also won Rocket League. They got their 2,000 points with Rainbow Six and Rocket League. They lost their Manchester Major 3-2 in the finals, so they got redemption here 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, listen, BDS Rocket. Anyways, they needed that win and this one to do well. I want to move us on to take a look at the next video because I want to have some time for FC and chat to Sharky and AJ about it. So let's head into the STC arena for a deeper look at Street Fighter 6 and Apex.
Weeks 5 and 6 both broke our hearts and some records. Street Fighter 6 was on life support when Xiao Hai made his way to the championship altar, whilst Apex Legends showed up and showed out. Clipping the wings of the heavily favoured Team Falcons, in the end, a new champion was born. Alliance was the last team standing at the very end of the marathon. Each dramatic ending of the 13-match final day happened right here in the STC arena.
And welcome back. Of course, we take a look at Apex. I was just telling Sharky and AJ about like 13 maps. I mean, you said you played some Apex, right? I suck at Apex.
I played Apex right at the beginning.
Yes.
When it first came out.
Dude, I can't. Like, I play Call of Duty. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Apex just is way too hard.
It's very difficult.
Yes.
Like, mechanically, you have to be really good with it. It's crazy.
And it's very difficult when it's 8 hours of gameplay in the finals to win the biggest prize pool of your lives.
To be fair, right?
Crazy.
I feel like professional players are a bit coded for marathon sessions.
They are, but
not to be like disrespectful, but like, yo, if you're gonna be playing 13 games in a row, these guys are the ones.
Yeah, but
no, you're built
you're on
different.
a stage.
Yes, no, you're built different at that point.
Yeah.
At that point, we're not the same.
Listen,
I mean, if you had to do like content for 8 hours at a time, that would be pretty tough.
It's tough. I've tried streaming. I mean, I stream a few times. I've done 4 or 5 hours, but 8 hours.
Yeah.
You have to have played some fighting games, like a Tekken.
Yeah. Growing up, I played a few of those. Obviously, like get all your cousins in the house, you know, got all the extra controllers, you're playing
Did you
Tekken.
at least
playing
win some of
Free
the
Fire.
games?
I did, but I used to button bash a lot.
Yep, that's fine. So it's fine.
That was me.
Modern day fighting games, they included new control schemes
Wow.
to let you actually make it simpler.
Oh, nice.
But the guy that won, a 35-year-old Chinese player, and he got up on stage and he said, people didn't think I could win. They said I was too old. I do this for Shanghai. And then just started crying. His wife ran up, gave him
Wow.
hugs. I was sitting bawling the whole
That's
time.
crazy.
It's
That's
just
so
like
crazy.
Wow.
absolutely crying. Okay, while we finish this, we're going to start talking about EAFC. Right, who's better at FC? You guys have to play together.
Easy.
Is it easy?
Easy work.
I'll give it to you.
Have you played with any like notable? I know you said you don't play on stream, but like, have you had any FC experiences with like footballers? Or
Would like
pro players?
footballers. Ooh, that's a tough one. I
I played
think
like
you
pro
have.
clubs a few times.
Yeah, we played
Some
pro
footballers.
clubs. We had a pro clubs game, and we had a couple of footballers on the team.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
happened
Okay,
sometimes.
I'm gonna play a game of name drop. Okay.
Okay.
I need you to think of 3 of the biggest footballers you played with. And when we come back from this video, we're gonna share them.
Okay, yeah, let's do
Right,
that.
We're gonna
Okay.
have one of them.
Let's do
Right.
that.
Let's take a closer look at the EAFC recap.
The lights have gone dim, the crowd has left, and the players are flying home. The spectacle that has been EAFC at the EWC has come to a close. But for everyone who missed it, here is a recap with me, TN25. Group A saw Jafonso taking the top spot of the group with 18 points after just barely qualifying through the last chance qualifier. Young and Mark 11 overcame their competition to secure the last 2 spots for the quarterfinals. Levy the Weird and Johnny both had their tournament life cut short. Group B surprised as it saw Nicholas 99 FC dominate, topping his incredibly stacked group with 18 points. MS Dosari and Goal Poacher both had a rough group stage run, not making the cut for the resurrection stage. PH Zin and Vijang managed to safely move on to the quarterfinals as the last from the group stage. The resurrection stage saw teammates battle it out for their own tournament survival. Legends were felled and dreams were cut short. In the end, we found our last quarterfinalists, Manu Bashore and Abu Maka. The quarterfinals proved to be every bit as crazy as the past days. Vijang got eliminated by a determined Young. Abu Maka took down the king of Group B, Nicholas 99 FC. PH Zin sent Mark 11 home. And Jafonso continued his domination against Manu Bashore. The semi-finals kicked off with what would be the best match of the day as Jafonso took on PH Zin. Young went the distance against Abu Maka as we found our 2 grand finalists. The grand final saw Jafonso, the man who just barely qualified for the tournament, who only dropped a single game up to this point, found it in himself to push one last time as he took the $300,000 prize pool, the title, and the trophy.
Now, this is a story specifically for AJ and for Sharky, okay? The player that ended up winning the tournament, in week 3, he gets here, he has to do the last chance qualifier. In week 3 of the tournament, we're in week 8.
Yeah.
He qualifies. In week 7, EAFC starts. Jafonso places 2nd in his group, beating the player who had just won the World Championship in Berlin 2 weeks before.
Oh my God.
Okay, so he plays 2nd in the group. He smashes the entire bracket. Last chance qualified to winning the whole thing. Do you want to know which team he plays for? Diogo Jota's Lunar Galaxy.
Wow.
Diogo Jota's player sat there, right? So, Diogo's out. We had an interview. We got chat. I told you we got to play some VR.
Unreal.
I'm going to flex a little here, okay?
No, go for it.
I got
You have to.
I
You
would-
gotta flex.
No,
I
don't
would
do that,
have
don't do
to.
that. Wesley Schneider comes out.
Oh
He managed to
my
play a
God.
little bit. Okay, we chat. Wesley looks dead in the camera and goes, listen, if Diogo's got a team, he's like, yo, investors, call me. I want to be. Like, he said this live
Wow.
on air.
Wow.
My bosses were like, yes. Okay,
That's like one of my favorite players.
now that I'm flexing a little here,
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. What is Beta Squad? Come on. Who you guys had?
I mean, we played in we had a tournament, Pro Clubs tournament with the Gurf and Turf boys, and I think Cole Palmer played against us. Cole Palmer was playing. We had some names like I think Trent played in the friendly. Gurf and Turf boys played against the Everton team. You know,
Wait,
so
hold on.
Played against like players.
Hold on.
I wasn't in some of these matches, but these are like the players that were involved in the Pro Clubs.
Yeah, we had full teams.
You know,
We got quantity.
You guys have a couple of players. You guys are happy with a couple of players. We got full teams.
I concede.
Bring the whole bus out.
Snyder's a cool one. We both born in the Netherlands. We love Snyder.
So I'm a big fan of him.
Oh, it was so cool, and it was really funny. He had the most incredible. My FC expert asked him how he feels about having a 97 ranked footies card, and he said, "I'm really happy. I'm good."
Yeah.
So she followed up and she said, "Well, what about like why is it not 99?" And he paused, he laughed, and he said, no. He said, when Messi retires, Messi can be 99.
For sure.
And I was just sat there, and was like, whoa.
Wow.
The only thing that was hilarious, because FC at the moment is dominated by players that are tall, right?
Yeah.
One of the players, Wesley Schneider asked him, so why are you not using my card?
Yeah.
And the player just forgot who he was talking to, forgot he was talking to Wesley.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're way too short.
Oh, wow.
Right to his face.
You offended Wesley Snyder to his face.
Oh
Good
my
job.
God.
We've got a couple of minutes. Let's slow down for a second. What are you guys doing here? Obviously, you're out. You're joining me on the show. I'm incredibly grateful.
Yeah.
What's the plans for the rest of the weekend?
I mean, this is our last full day here, but we've loved it. We've enjoyed the weekend. We've only been out here for the weekend. We watched a lot of Rocket League.
Yes.
You know, we saw PUBG earlier today as well. But we've been lucky enough to be invited out here, a few of us, and we're like getting even more involved in this world, and hopefully you'll see us a lot more in these kind of
What have you thought of
events.
the tournament, AJ?
Guys, this is my first ever esports tournament.
Yeah, same.
Wow.
This is like, I've been waiting for this moment right here. So I'm really excited. I've been loving my first time in Saudi here as well, and I'm really loving it. And
A lot of first
having a
times.
great time.
It's your first esports tournament, so now
Yes.
you're hooked.
No,
Yes.
Absolutely hooked.
It's
the passion of the fans, right? Coming out like Rocket League with Falcon.
Yes.
Out of interest, how much did it surprise you? Because like one of the things that Sharky and AJ were talking about, like a little bit shocked by the crowds, right? Like they're not, you're not talking thousands of fans, but they are loud.
They turn up.
They are.
Yes.
They turn up. They had like.
Did you tell me the scarves?
They had scarves. Like it's like a football team's like crowd. It's crazy.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of things like, so one of the teams, for example, ESL R1 is like a sim racing.
yeah.
Loved telling sim racers they're playing a game. They got so tilted.
They didn't like it. They didn't
They
like
did
it.
like, we are not gamers. We drive cars.
We drive.
I'm like,
Wow.
bro, that's guns are simulated. Anyways.
Yeah.
They didn't know that the organization Guild Esports is backed by David Beckham.
Neither did I.
So
I just found it out right
If you see Guild Esports anywhere, if you see that little...
I've seen
it's
Guild around.
There you go.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
know.
David Beckham's club. They're based near Soho.
David Beckham.
Yeah.
David Beckham's
Yes.
everywhere.
Yes.
He's literally
man.
everywhere.
It's awesome. I mean, it's a lot of fun. We're going to start moving on to Call of Duty in a second, but before we do, Call of Duty, what's your history? What's your experience? Actually, who's your favorite teams as well?
Oh, favorite team?
Yeah.
When I was growing up, it was Optic versus FaCe. It was
Oh,
like
classical.
Civil War.
Yeah.
And I used to love watching it all the time. And when it comes, I was more of a FaCe guy. I'll be honest.
You were?
Yeah, I think I backed FaCe more.
Do you know who won?
Do I remember who won?
I think we'll find out
Do
soon
you know
in the
what?
video.
I just have a gift for you. All jokes aside, this is not rehearsed and this is not prepared. I'm just going to explicitly ask AJ to actually watch this video. So let's take a look at the Modern Warfare 3
Oh,
recap.
let's have a look.
Oh my God.
The Modern Warfare 3 tournament has wrapped up here in Riyadh at the Esports World Cup. Let's dive back into the action as we recap the highs and lows of this intense event.
I'ma keep fighting the thunder, the lightning. You frightened, it's best to stay out of my lane.
It all kicked off with the group stage. Pro League Titans and Hungry Challengers clashed in a grueling double elimination bracket to secure their playoff spots. No big shocks from the pro squads. The amateurs made their stand, proving they earned their place amongst the elite. But in the end, it was all pros advancing, 8 out of 8. First game of the playoffs, and already Atlanta FaZe came out firing. The Bostonians just couldn't keep up, falling 3-0 in a clean sweep. Vancouver Surge edged out Carolina Ravens in a nail-biter. But the real surprise was 100 Thieves taking down Toronto Ultra in a thrilling 3-2 finish. Optic Gaming and Cloud9 brought the heat, but Pred and his crew eventually shut them down. Kismet didn't go down without giving them a battle, but his help wasn't enough for the New Yorkers. The first semi-final, for many, was the one of the tournament. Atlanta FaZe taking on the reigning world champions in a showdown that felt like the final itself. Optic hit the ground running and made quick work against FaZe, securing a decisive hardpoint win in the first game. But unexpectedly, tables have turned, and it was FaZe Clan who surprisingly won 3 consecutive maps in a row, beating the world champions and making it as our first grand finalists. On the other side of the bracket were the Vancouver Surge and 100 Thieves. The Surge were quickly swept to the sea in 3 swift maps by 100 Thieves, also securing their place in the biggest match of the day. FaZe and 100 Thieves collided in the grand finals and shook the world as they battled back and forth between maps. With FaZe taking the first hardpoint and 100 Thieves securing the first SND and control maps, a series was underway. FaZe decisively took the next hardpoint and SND maps, putting the Thieves up against the wall. After a final game of control, FaZe claimed their victory in a 3-2 map win to earn their place as the champions of the Esports World Cup. And that concludes the historic story of Atlanta FaZe etching their name into the totem of the Esports World Cup and cementing their legacy forever in Riyadh.
Listen, that weekend was awesome. All I gotta do is FaZe up, baby.
Congratulations to FaZe. Hey, listen, we thought they were gonna
lose Optic again.
Lose that again.
Yes, they just did a month before, dude. A month before, Optic just beat them.
You know about the Twisties?
That's what I just learned. Twisty Sunday.
The Twisty Sunday.
I just learned about that now, but that sounds unreal.
Honestly, I had to. My producers are like, they know the Twisties. That's wicked.
They broke the curse then. So congratulations to them.
Listen, you guys have to play some games on stream. I'm not being.
I'm down.
Like honestly, you guys are
talking
just
about that
so
while we were here.
You really have to.
Yeah.
And like after this, like I give you some hints and tips on like different things we can try to. We probably have to start with Rocket League though.
That's what I was thinking.
It's tough though. It's tough. It's gonna take a lot of practice. That's the hard problem.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I get a feeling you're gonna give up if it's too hard, Sharky.
I don't think I'm a giver-upper.
That's a nail on the head.
I don't think I'm a giver-upper, but if I get a headache sometimes, I like to turn the screen off.
I'm going to tell you guys this one. Listen, this next game is going to give you a headache and you're going to have to turn the stream off for sure.
Okay.
No doubt in my mind. Have you guys even heard of StarCraft 2?
I know of StarCraft.
You know of it,
yes,
right?
But I've never played it.
Specifically when we watch this, I'll tell you when the winner comes up because this young kid was incredible. StarCraft 2's game is 14 years old and a 22-year-old player from Team Liquid lifted the trophy. Let's take a look.
Wow.
It was such an honor, such a pleasure to come down here and see something this big, this crazy. We had players from all over the world coming to compete, and only one was going to become the world champion.
You know, I think a lot of people going in thought Cyril was going to be able to take it down, and he definitely had a great tournament going through his group in second place. But we did have a big upset in Maru not making it into that top 4.
A lot of people thought Maru might be the favorite to win this. There's always been that kind of Korean supremacy, the fact that the Koreans were the guys that really started esports, were the best at StarCraft. A lot of people thought maybe he would take it, but at the end, he wasn't able to get that way.
But you know what? Dark had a great tournament. He knocked Maru out at the beginning, made it into that top 4, which was huge for him, a former world champion himself. And on the other side, we had Clem make it through, our youngest player in the tournament.
It was very exciting to see Clem actually get this far. He's so young, so fresh. A lot of people were wondering, is this going to be the year when new blood shows up on our scene, when a new generation can come in, step up, and take over?
Another big story in this tournament, of course, was the world's best Protoss player in Hero. He hasn't been as successful as a lot of the other players lately, but he did fantastically here. He eliminated Raynor, he had great series against Cyril, and he ended up making the top 4, knocking Maru out of the tournament.
I gotta say, as a Protoss player, he was a real inspiration for me to see how well Hero played. He brought in his own original style, but I think the execution was better than anything we've seen from him. Really clean play, really true to the perfect version of himself.
It really was the best hero we ever saw, but at the end of the day, it was not enough. In that top 4, Hero ended up losing 0-4 to Clem. And very surprisingly, on the other side, Cyril also went 4-0, taking out Dark.
Kind of crazy to see results that were that one-sided on both sides. Then we thought, okay, we've got the craziest final ever, Cyril versus Clem. Surely this is going to be super close, super dramatic, and super long.
Well, it was super dramatic, but it was not super close. It was not super long. Clem ended up going 5-0 against Cyril, who's been the world's best player for about 6 years in a row. It was astonishing.
And so an insane upset, a huge one-sided victory here. Clem takes it, defeating Cyril. Cyril, people thought this guy was going to take the whole thing. Not the case. And so the whole landscape of StarCraft 2 has changed forever. What an incredible Esports World Cup StarCraft 2 finals.
Clem took home $400,000, doubling how much prize money he's won in the past, and is our new world champion.
I have the biggest amount of thanks to give to AJ and Sharky. The two guys are sitting here and they are sincerely interested in learning the game, learning about the tournaments. And it's really nice to have somebody that's listening, even though I know you're not like a big gamer, Sharky, right? But like you appreciate it. We were talking about competition. I would just have to tell you, when I was explaining how StarCraft 2 works, you can control all those units, build the army, manage your economy. Sharky's just like, that's not right. that's not right.
Bad. But that's skill.
The amount of information that you have to process.
Yeah.
One of the fun things that Gibbs and I've had coming into week 8, I've been here for a long time, talked to a lot of different famous people and gamers and organizers. Yeah. A lot of players that only know FC and Rocket League have been telling me Rocket League's the hardest game on the planet. And I got defensive. I don't even play StarCraft. I'm like, yo, have you seen this?
Yeah, but I don't even play StarCraft, and I was like, I'm not touching StarCraft.
We've been debating every single gaming community that comes on here. My problem is every time people on camera, they're like, yeah, Rocket League's the hardest by far.
That's
so
what
like he's winning this argument. Yeah. That's what they're all saying in the...
everyone here is saying that Rocket League's the hardest game to play.
I mean, listen, okay, you have to be the final adjudicator now. Which is the hardest game?
Knowledge, StarCraft 2.
Okay.
But pure mechanics, it has to be Rocket League. It has to be. It is so incredibly difficult to do what those guys do on the field.
I mean, it's amazing. Okay, while we get the next little thing prepared, I have to explain to you something that happens in this tournament. The trophies are these round plates, okay? And in the middle of them is a small cutout for a triangle. It's a key. So Sharky and AJ, if you were to enter a tournament, and let's say you're going to play FC, right? You'll get your own gold gold key that'll say Sharky, okay?
Wow.
AJ, you get one that says AJ. Yep. Gibbs gets one, and I get one that says Trevor. Now we play a little tournament, and at the end of it, Sharky, you win. You get to pick one of our names that gets crushed, that gets put underneath your trophy, and it becomes the base. So
oh my God, underneath my trophy?
Yes. So you get to sit on the corpse of everyone that you've taken out for the rest of time.
That's a bit aggressive,
right?
Yes. It's the best
I like
trophy
that.
I think I've ever seen in my
Do you see what I mean? Oh, it's okay. So
I've heard about it. I've seen a little bit. But I'm learning really now about it.
I actually have some videos that I can show you. I want to show you the keys being crushed. I want to show you the keys being crushed.
My God.
Because I want to ask you guys, like, if you could do a YouTube tournament, take a look at this, right? When a player or a team eliminates someone, they go up to this hydraulic press, and like, AJ, that would be your key being crushed. If by some miracle Sharky could beat you.
Yeah.
Can I play a game with you guys? If you could crush the keys of any YouTube channel, YouTube content creator, whose key would you crush?
You know what? There's only one person in my head.
Who are you thinking?
There's one person who I think if I crush their key, they will take it very personal, and I think that's Mr. Beast.
He went straight to the top.
If I crush that,
go for number one.
I've like won at life.
Out of interest, I don't know if I'm stepping on a landmine here, but I'm going to risk it. If you could pick either like Ethan or Toby, sidemen, which one of their keys would you crush? No reason, you know. They might be on my show later.
No reason. I think I'll crush Ethan's.
Ethan's?
That's funny. I'd crush Toby's.
Oh, which other sidemen would you crush? Out of interest.
I'd love to crush JJ.
That's a good one.
Honestly,
top, don't you?
if you could do JJ's, you know he'd be bitchy about it.
That's why.
You would get mad.
You would get a reaction video. You would get a reaction video from JJ.
I think I'd just stack up all the Sidemen ones and just crush them.
That would be. That would be.
Awesome.
I think
that would be a dream.
That would be absolutely. The other thing that I would love, I'd love to be able to do that and then make some reference like his boxing career.
See?
Yes. Can we do that? Can we do that?
Listen, I don't know. I'll tell you one other fun thing.
Sure.
The original plan was, because they are called, the original plan was like to smelt keys down, but it takes too long. It's not really great on camera, just like waiting for something to heat up. So they went hydraulic press with hundreds of thousands of pounds of pressure.
And then not only that, you have your own key, but when you lose, you have to hand it to the team that just beat you.
Yeah.
There was some drama. Like in the early weeks. Players did not want to hand their keys over. They're like, no, this is mine. And yeah.
One last thing just before I move on with this is that one team from Mongolia, they played Counter-Strike. They eliminated a team from Brazil, and they were heartbroken. They didn't want to take the key. They didn't like.
They're too respectful.
They also think about that journey, right? From Mongolia, playing on these sets. The team's called the Mongols. Wow. They're like one of these kind of 16 through 24 ranked teams. And like they played well, and they was like, we don't want to do this. We're like, no, you got it.
It was you. He was saying
it is 100%. It's 100%. I've been here very. That's my content. Okay, we're gonna quickly turn our attention to Rocket League. We talked a little bit about it, so let's take a look at how the tournament played out. Oh, we get to talk over this one.
Amazing.
Okay, so Gibbs, set the scene for me a little bit, and maybe let's see if we can get Sharky invested in trying the game out.
So Team Falcons, home turf. They have all their fans here. They were the favorites to win this tournament. The last major, they made the grand finals and lost. Go to another grand finals here, and what happens? BDS and Monkey Moon, one of the European powerhouses, the underdog for one of the first times, takes down Falcons yet again.
This tournament happened up literally 2-3 hours ago. So how much of the game did you watch?
We watched quite a bit of it, actually. We watched them in the quarterfinals, and obviously Kenny's with us as well from the Beta Squad. And Kenny fell in love with Monkey Moon.
Wow.
He fell in love with him. He took a picture with him. He said, "You're my hero." So I was watching the final today and seeing Monkey Moon, like, obviously lead the team. I think he scored the goal in overtime.
Yes, he did.
Exactly. So I told you, we're invested in Rocket League.
I'll tell you this. I actually had two like esports core streamers on the show like half an hour ago.
Yeah.
They knew less than you guys did. Seriously, so Baus, Alois, pull your socks up.
No, when we lock in, we get interested. We do really get interested in it. And I think today, the last couple of days, especially with Rocket League, Kenny was really supporting BDS. And we were looking at hopefully them getting all the way to the final, and they did. And Kenny was celebrating. Like, he was really happy. And
why is your nickname Sharky, by the way? The reason our show, we've been talking about Rocket League player names. So where's
I wish I had a cooler story.
Yeah.
My actual name is Shamaki. It's just a shorter version of my name. So
that is cool.
Yeah, but I wish it was like, I don't know.
Can you not like
shark tendencies? I don't know.
Dude, I play shooting games.
Yeah.
I moved my mouse quickly. I went, I'm quick shot. That is lame.
I love that.
That is lame. Also, I picked it at a very young age and it stuck.
Yeah.
But like, yours is a cool story, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just my name shortened, but yeah, people have been calling me that for years.
Didn't you tell me you're also watching some PUBG as well?
We were watching some PUBG.
Do you get PUBG? Does it make sense to you?
Yes, it makes sense to me. And wow, that match between, it was the
Sonics, yes. And Petrichor Road.
Yeah, they had the most kills.
Yes.
Oh my god, that game where they went, I think they went with 10 plus kills.
Yeah, they went a lot.
That was
I mean, you were watching the final map because I actually missed the final map. But I think
So
I think that's when I was showing Patrice my tattoo.
So yeah, final map.
That's where you went.
It was just bad positioning because it's random where the zones go.
Yeah.
But then we got the smoke train coming out. So then they found a good position, took down Petrichor Road. When they defeated them, that was it. Then it was over. They didn't have to win the entire map at that point, but the points were so incredibly close.
We actually do have that PUBG footage. There we go. So we're just taking a quick look. This is this final map. Wow. PUBG is a game for me that's a little harder to play because like you get killed so quickly and from so far away, and I don't connect with like finding loot and stuff. I prefer Call of Duty. I like to just drop in. I know where my bad guys are. I can only really get shot from 3 corners.
Yeah.
But the speed that these guys were playing was fantastic.
It's just wild because you have to have so much patience, but the in-game leader, so incredibly important to position well, to know where you are. Because again, if you're like out of position by a pixel, you're going to be taken down.
I'm going to take a shot. I know you guys are younger, a lot younger than Gibbs and I, but do you guys know what a Panzerfaust is?
A Panzerfaust?
Yeah.
I've never heard that
You've never heard it? I think it is an old person thing.
What is Panzerfaust?
So a Panzerfaust is an old rocket launcher or grenade launcher, specifically from the World War II era. So it's a really good word. But it's basically a grenade launcher. This event, they had a whole bunch of these guys like pulling out rocket launchers, just blowing cars up.
Oh, right.
But I'm using you for a personal experiment.
Oh, yeah. Well,
everyone that's basically below the age of us.
Why are you
Which is a
aging me
lot.
more
Yeah,
for you on the show?
How many times did it hit for you guys?
A lot. The thing is as well, we genuinely, when we're prepping for this, we're talking a little, and we like start digging into like beta squad videos and things. We went, it is going to be the old boys couch, the young guys couch. Anyway, Sonics ended up winning that. This is the tournament that concluded just a little bit ago. I mean, it's like an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah. Wow. And that was one of the last ones. That and Rocket League were the last two. 5 minutes apart.
Yes.
Those finals finished.
Yes.
That was so much fun to watch here. We watched one final
and also
back to back.
You literally had the sassiest line. You're like, oh yeah, we saved the best game for last.
And I said that on Thursday. I said it on Thursday. I was like, we saved Rocket
Thursday.
League for the final week. It's the best game. And then that ended 5 minutes later than PUBG Finals. So it was the last game. I was like,
we do have one more recap to get through, but while we get that ready, what are you guys up to for the rest of the night? What's your plans for the rest of the event here?
Just to hang out with you.
Closing ceremony, all of that stuff.
If you say that, I'm going to keep you longer than you agreed, okay? So don't write the checks that your mouth can't cash.
No, we're here to enjoy the vibes. We're here to see everything happen, the closing ceremony, all of that stuff, where we're really excited to see how this all ends now, you know?
Question for you as well. For closing ceremony, it's going to be Steve Aoki and Kid Cudi.
Yes.
Kid Cudi or Kid Cudi? Do you
I
know
say
how
Cudi.
Kid Cudi.
That's how I know.
Cudi. You said
I was
Cudi?
I was told earlier it's Cudi.
You pranked you.
It's so wrong.
Someone lied to
So
you.
wrong. It's
Who
just
got you
not
there?
right. Honestly, I was hoping that I could have got Steve Aoki and get him to throw a cupcake at me.
Oh, that would be
How
great.
wicked would
Yes,
that have been?
I'm waiting.
But he's literally preparing for a show, so that's not.
Just go front row, maybe you'll
not
get
gonna
one
be able
landed.
to happen. Okay, so we do have one more recap. It's going to be Tekken 8. I just want to give a personal shout out to both Justin Wong and Austin Ash who joined us. They spent so much time with us, and a huge congratulations to the new next generation champion coming out of South Korea, Ulsan. It's Tekken 8.
Hey everyone, it's me, Spag. Tekken 8 at the Esports World Cup has come to a close, so in case you missed it, let me take you through the highlights. Phase 1 saw legends fall and heroes born. The John qualified from Phase 2 as he sent Rangchu home, who was quickly followed by Kokomo. John Ding thought to follow up the John's Titan killing spree as he himself sent Arslan Ash back home. Osama Abbasi caused a stir in his short time, sending legend Mulgold home, only to face Yagami's wrath immediately thereafter. Hafiz Navir came stomping out of nowhere as he sent Keisuke and AK into the lower bracket, where they were promptly eliminated. Phase 2 began with a spectacle as Yagami took the set versus Ao, sending him to the lower bracket. The John found himself in the lower bracket versus Ni, where he proved his strength as he sent the Tekken legend packing. Frazine went on a killing spree in the lower bracket of Group C, taking out Bilal as well as Titan Slayer Hafiz Tanvir. But Yagami proved to be the showman of the tournament as he began the quarterfinals going down 4-0 against Chanel, only to flip the script and do the impossible. Ulsan took out Frazine in his quarterfinals whilst bagging some important Dragon of Mirror practice. The John could not withstand the onslaught from Double as he was knocked out of the tournament. Artip took advantage of every opportunity, knocking out CBM in the last match of the quarterfinals. As the semi-finals rolled around, Yagami once again opened the show as he took on Ulsan in the first semi-finals. He had the crowd behind him, but Ulsan proved too strong as the Korean secured his grand finals ticket. Artip took the stage by storm as he relentlessly pummeled Double out of the tournament, becoming the last grand finalist. The grand final had the crowd cheering for Atif. However, Ulsan was on a mission as he played out of his mind, putting it all on the line with every move he made, sweeping the previous Gamers 8 champion, taking the trophy title and prize pool.
So we talked all week. It was Pakistan versus Korea. It came down to the finals. Korea versus Pakistan, but Ulsan comes out on top for Korea. He says he hates playing a 1-to-5 format. It's too long. So what do you do in the finals? 5-0.
Yep.
Just beat him super quick.
I'll tell you this really quick story before I give you guys an opportunity just to start saying goodbye. We're wrapping up this portion. In fighting game history, kind of North America, South Korea, and Japan, they tend to be the best. And if you follow in the esports, it's always like Japan and America tend to be the best for some reason.
Yeah.
2019, Tekken 7 is released. A player from Pakistan, his name's Arslan Ash. He came out and he dumpstered kids. dumps it. Imagine the 2010 Football World Cup is hosting South Africa.
Yeah.
Went to the games. Imagine if South Africa's Bafana ran the whole thing,
Came
won
out
the
of
World
nowhere and
Cup,
went
and then
crazy.
did it again, and then did it again.
Oh.
He won 4 of the biggest titles in Tekken 7, and he won the first ever Tekken 8. Pakistan is now considered the strongest country in the world because of what this guy, and he in some of his interviews, he's like, I'm not even the best player in Pakistan.
Oh my
He's
God.
just the only one that could afford to leave.
Oh my word.
So players then from Japan, South Korea, and America, they travel there to compete.
Unbelievable.
I figured you guys would appreciate that.
I'm like learning a lot, which I like.
Thank you. I figured as much. Those league boys do better. Okay, gents, you mentioned a little bit. We got the closing ceremony coming up later. You guys said you've been here for 3 days. We're gonna start to say goodbye. I give you each an opportunity to say, shout out where we can find you. Let us know what's happening. And I'll let AJ go first because I think Sharky did such a good intro.
Yeah,
I put pressure on. Gonna give you pressure to do the outro as well.
That's completely fine.
Yeah, you can think about it. So AJ,
I'm so happy. I'm so happy you done that. Yeah, it's been AJ over here, Sharky next to me. You can find us actually on Beta Squad channel. We do a bunch of videos on there that you can check out. I've had a great time here. I'm like learning, and I wish I can come again next year.
That's okay. Well, I'm looking for my manager. Where's he?
Yeah, we might all not be here.
We'll figure it out. But listen, you and me both, okay? AJ and I, we're signing up.
I'm
You coming back as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to come back, of course.
You have to play some games then, Shark.
No.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay.
Next year, Rocket League.
No, that's top of my list right now. Rocket League. I'm really invested.
You should train for a year.
I'd love that.
Come back in 2 and 2.
We should play here.
I'll take you Call of Duty any day. Any day.
I love him.
I have no chance. It's been great. Thank you so much for having us. Of course, we've loved our time here. Of course, AJ has already said, Beta Squad. We do make a lot of content, and we do. I mean, hopefully we get to do a lot more gaming stuff.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed our time.
Trust me when I tell you it's an untapped market.
It is.
Figure out how you're going to do it in your style, because based on the description of the videos, you're going to have a challenge ahead of you. But
yeah, but you never know. Maybe a Beta Squad esports team. Why not?
You know what?
So our Rocket League team, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Exactly. No, definitely gonna come and talk to you.
Oh, okay.
You can help us with some top players.
Yeah.
But you never know. What we loved, just being here, obviously makes us want to have more of a presence in this space. Whether it's through Beta Squad, whether it's for ourselves, we obviously all make our own content as well. I do a lot in sports. AJ makes loads of cool videos. Check us out individually. Check out the Beta Squad, and hopefully,
Also,
like
consider this is an audition. If you ever need me to commentate any of your stuff, I got you.
Love to have
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
We'll
taking
talk.
both of you.
We'll talk.
Both of you.
Okay, listen, we've got conversations. I'm going to say this. We're going to say goodbye, but Gibbs, I believe we're going to be saying goodbye to you as well, so give you an opportunity just to say goodbye to the fans and the viewers because you've been with us for the past week.
Yeah, I just love being here, just seeing all these games being played out. Like, I love formats personally, so I came on here so excited to watch all these formats. Fell in love with PUBG, fell in love with Tekken as well. That was so much fun to watch, but
I think it's very impressive that you got Justin Wong converted to Rocket League.
And that is why I was here. I was trying to convert as many people as I could. I'm so excited because Rocket League, we're in our own bubble, so we get to branch out and see all these other esports, and everyone was so excited to watch us. So I was so happy.
I'm putting you on the spot now. What are we doing straight after this? Come on.
Good question.
Come on.
Yes, doing the closing ceremony. I have no idea.
We're subscribing to Beta Squad.
Oh, yes.
Well, I already did that on my phone. I did it while we were live.
Sure you did.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back continuing our preparation towards the Esports World Cup closing ceremony.